been looking around to glue down some marine carpet that has that backing on it, and I'm a little worried to try this stuff if it's not going to work, because I mean there's almost as many good reviews as there are bad for this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, and I'm going to put some glue on here anyway on the side just to see what happens, and leave it a couple days at 70 degrees in a bedroom, and we'll see what happens. And this one is after this thing's been sitting for 30 minutes, because the instructions do say to wait 30 minutes to 45 before applying it. So we'll leave these for 48 hours and see what happens. So just a quick recap, you guys. I had to give it a lot longer than 48 hours. I gave it 10 days, and it still wasn't quite enough. I think this stuff needs at least 2 weeks in at least 70 degree temps. Very important to get a 1/8 inch trowel to make these type of lines on there. Anything thicker than this just will take forever to dry, if it even dries. So if you guys recall, we did this one, we let it kind of set up for about 30 minutes as per the instructions. This one we just set right on it, but didn't push down, just lightly set it down. And the stuff with the 1/8 inch trowel, I mean, it does seem to be completely dry. It's not sticky, it's not, I mean, seems good. So let's see how this goes. I mean, I forgot to mention it's been 10 days at 70 plus degrees. So it looks like it's about as good as it's gonna get. It looks like the backing stuck to it, and as I'm pulling it off, it seems like the backing of the carpet staying somewhat down. I cut a line across here because I'm going to give this one a little bit longer to dry, maybe another 5 days, just to see if anything changes. So, and it's still 10 days later at over 70 degrees. This stuff's still wet under here. So even though it's stuck right there, it's still sticky and a little wet. So, but as you can tell, I mean, it peeled the backing off, but it didn't seem to take much to peel that backing off. I mean, the stuff just pulls right off. I guess this carpet just isn't made that well. I guess I don't know. Not impressed. Now let's look at this one. This is the one that I put down almost immediately, as you saw. This one seems to have some stick, seems to be a better, seems to have stuck better. Yeah, this one's feels much better for sure. All right, there it is. So this one that I stuck right away, that I just patted down, this one seems to have stuck much better. It's still a little wet. My finger still sticks to it slightly, but it definitely got a much better bite. Another important note is that I really cleaned this board really good first with a damp cloth, just to make sure all the dust was off of it, and then I made sure it was really dry. So this one stuck much better. This one stuck a lot better, and this is the one that after I applied it, I just sat this on top of it patted it down. I didn't push, I just kind of just patted it down to make sure I had an even coating. It looks like this is going to be the method at this point. And even though it's a little damp, I mean, it ripped the backing right off of this. So I'm guessing it's good enough. It's good. I mean, shoot, if it's holding that down, I guess that's what you want. So yeah, we'll do it this way. Set it on there right away because it definitely bites a lot better. But like I say, you don't want to apply this glue any thicker than 1/8 of an inch, which is why it's important that you get one of these guys, because anything more than that, and it's going to take a long time to dry. Like I say, this is 10 days, solid days, and it's dry, but just barely. It's still tacky underneath this carpeting slightly, but it seems like it wants closer to probably 2 weeks, so we'll see what happens. Alright, you guys, so based on what I see, I'm going to go ahead and take a chance and use this stuff. I'm going to stay away from the contact cement, all that stuff that dries instantly, that smells really bad but works really good, because this is more forgiving. So I just hope that in time this won't come loose. Hope it'll hold, hope it'll stay. So I'm going to go ahead and use it. Seems good. I just don't like that it probably takes a good at least 2 weeks for this stuff to dry at 70 plus. So other than that, you know, I have high hopes. I hope it works out. Stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and do a project on my pontoon if you guys want to see how I do that, how it turns out. Hope this was helpful.